It is time. This is the Stahlta. One, if not the best charge rifle in the game. Now that is a pretty heavy claim, especially after I showed you what the ALAC can do. Primarily that was what that video was about, was the ALAC. Um, but basically, the Stahlta got a buff. And not a typical buff, but it got a fashion buff. And I am a very fashion oriented person. So now, Digital Extremes has gracefully blessed us with the Unreal Tournament skins for the Dragoon, Ogress, and the Stalta. And let me tell you, I am a very happy person. The amount of comments that I've gotten telling me that these skins are out now is insane. I have gotten like at least 10 different comments on my Four Horsemen video, and they're all being like, you can make a Stalta build now, you can do it. Finally, the chains have been cut. You can do the Stalta video. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Do not be confused. I rename a lot of the weapons that I really like. I have renamed the Stahlta into the shock rifle serial number Z4N-1. If you have watched Amazon Secret Level, you will understand what this serial number means. I think it's a really cute little Easter egg. Um, please go watch that. It is a very good series. Skip the Concord episode though. I don't even know if the Concord episode is out yet, but I know damn well I'm gonna skip it. Um, yeah, that series is crazy though. It's super good. But yeah, I am just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna take my cat off super duper quick because my cat is going to give me some passive buffs, and that is not a particularly fair showcase of everything in this build. But yeah, we're just gonna start shooting enemies. Now, just like every other rifle, it does have a bit of a windup. It is going to need to start stacking up those galvanized mods, but as you can see, when it does get those galvanized mods stacked up, this thing is going to be doing a lot of damage. It has innate 1.2 meter punch through, which is super duper nice. However, I don't think that you can mod for it, which is very cringe. Ugh. Tactical hiccup, what can I say? Yeah, as you can see, it is absolutely going to be ripping through these enemies over here. There's another one for you. Oh my god, I'm dying. Give me a second. I'm gonna sit up straight. Hopefully that'll stop it. I'm sitting in my chair like a shrimp. There we go. I did not mean to use silence, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, Stahlta super strong. The secondary fire is basically going to smite fucking anything you point it at. This is a super strong gun. However, if you did watch my Four Horsemen of the Rifles video, you will understand that 3 out of the 4 things that I showcase, aka not the Prisma, not the Tetra, they have multiplicative gun CO. And I'm not going to explain what that means in this video. If you're watching this video and you understand my content, you're probably going to know what multi-gun CO is. If you don't know, um, Google it. I'm not going to explain it in this video. Um, I did a different take, and then I said I wasn't going to explain it, and then I did end up explaining it, and the video got super duper long. But anyways, basically, I'm just going to show you what this means over here. AKA, the more status effects that we have on our target, the more damage we're going to be doing. And as you can see over here, we are now getting into the territory where we're just going to fucking outright one-shot these guys in the head when it comes to priming them and everything like that. This is the compressor, and I'll show you my build as well because a lot of people have been asking for it. But IMO, the compressor, is one of the best primers, if not the best primer in the game. It is just so incredibly good when it comes to everything. As you can see, absolutely loaded up with status procs. Very strong. However, we can get even higher damage when it comes to things if we prime them up as well as use the secondary fire. So, use that. 65 million. That is a cool 65. That the fucking compressor just killed them. 65 million. That's 8 million. It's the damage is so incredibly different between different targets and stuff like that because it does at the end of the day matter what kind of procs they have on them. This is a very 59 million, 1.2 million on the AoE. This is a very scary gun. So let's get on to the build. Firstly, I will show you the compressor build. This is my compressor build. This is my Riven. The ribbon's okay. It's you don't need this at all. You can literally just replace this with fucking like any other mod in the game. Like prime full on agent's not actually a bad idea if you want to prime crowds. Fire rate, reload speed. You do whatever you want. But this is my build over here. We have radiation, corrosive, and viral, and secondary encumbered is going to be doing a lot of work. Now, that is the primer build. This is the Stahlta build. Galvanized Chamber, Galvanized Aptitude for big damage. You actually, very ironically, Galvanized Chamber is not super required. However, I'm going to ask you a different question. If you have Galvanized Aptitude, which is required, why wouldn't you use Galvanized Chamber? So, use it. I mean, there's no reason not to. Both of these mods are going to be making your weapon do a lot of big damage. Galvanized Aptitude in particular is going to be the star of the show, specifically because of that multiplicative gun CO. Vital Sense and Critical Delay are here just for our normal crit mods. I do have a Riven here. Now, if you do not have a Riven, replace it with Infected Clip. That's it. That's all you need to do. You're going to have a little bit less damage. However, I mean, realistically, it's like maybe like a 20% difference in damage. Like it's not that much when it comes to your DPS output. You're going to be relying more on a primer than you are having, you know, a fancy riven on your weapon. And I'm gonna be completely a buck with you, that minus status chance is really fucking hurting. However, it is a pretty good riven in general, so I'm still going to use it. Yeah, basically we just want a 90% in our prime cryo rounds to make our delicious little viral. This can be blast if you want to do mod for blast electric or something like that. You absolutely can. Just in this case, I found having this Stahlta at least a little bit be a little bit self priming is very nice with the viral over here. The heat is not here to do DOTs. This is not a DOT build. The individual damage shot of the Stahlta is just so freaking high. The heat's not here to do anything. What it is here to do, I lied. It is here to do something. I'm fucking scatterbrains. What the heat is here to do is it's going to strip enemy armor by 50%. You can swap this out for cold. Actually, I lied. No, you can't. You can swap this out for electric. You can swap this out for... That's it. That's it. You can do heat or electric when it comes to this. Good luck. I haven't played a lot of Warframe, and this is it's 5 a.m. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. But this is the Stahlta build. Vial Acceleration is a very comfy pick. The fire rate on the Stahlta is actually not bad at 4.8. However, obviously having a fire rate up is going to be a really good DPS increase when it comes to things. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just woke up. Having some more fire rate is going to be a good DPS increase. Obviously, it is going to help quite a bit with the charged shot as well. But yeah, that's the Stahlta build. We're running primary Deadhead. It is very important that you do run Deadhead, specifically because we have multiplicative damage. We need additive damage, so this is going to give us 360% additive damage and a really nice headshot multiplier. This is going to give us the multiplicative damage. That's these two things hand in hand are why we are doing so much damage. Vigilante supplies, because this Stahlta is surprisingly a bit of an ammo hungry weapon, and that is just specifically because that secondary fire that we have is going to be burning quite a bit of ammo. It's going to be burning half of our magazine, so we are going to be wanting that. Now, what can we do to buff the Stahlta up? The short answer is Banshee. The long answer is literally any frame in the game, because the weapon is just that good. You can use any Warframe that you want to buff things up. In this case, I will be running Banshee, and Banshee is a great pick. Now, I don't want to throw any shade, but I'm totally going to throw some shade. I'm not going to name any names, but I will say that there was a creator recently that put out a video, and that video said that Loki and Banshee were the worst Warframes in the game, which I find very funny, because they are some of the best at what they do. Loki is by far the hardest to kill Warframe in the game, and Banshee by far has the strongest damage buffing capabilities and CC. She just kind of does it all. She's really good at basically everything in the game. Both of these frames are incredibly underutilized, and a lot of people don't really know how they function, and Banshee is just a great pick. So, why do I say that? Banshee has an ability called Resonance, and this is not going to be a Banshee video, but I'm going to explain a little bit as to why this is so important. Anyways, Banshee has Resonance, and as you saw over here, when we cast the ability, we get a 9.95 times damage multiplier. So we cast this ability over here. You're going to see there is a white spot. That's just because that's what my energy color is, so it's really easy to see where these are coming from. This point over here, when you shoot it, you're going to be doing 10 times damage. Now, we're not going to be doing a lot of damage in general, specifically because we don't have the weapon stacked up. However, if we are going to try and stack up some of the things on this gun, you're going to see very quickly that simply having one of these marks on the target is going to help us quite a bit. Now, where this comes in handy, though, on Banshee specifically, is the fact that you can stack multiple of these on top of each other up to a maximum of 2. Why does this matter? This matters because you can actually, basically, the resonance damage multiplies with itself. So if you have one resonance mark that is doing 10 times damage, and then you add another one on top of it, you are now going to do 10 times 10 damage, aka you're going to do 100 times damage. Now, a normal power strength, like a pretty high power strength Mirage build, is going to get you about 700%, which is a 7 times multiplicative damage. Banshee is able to achieve, with a pretty low amount of strength, is able to achieve the equivalent of a 10,000 times Mirage. That is the damage buffing capabilities of Banshee, and that is why she's so incredibly good. Now, something a lot of people don't know about Banshee as well is that these marks, even though there's a particular point, it actually applies to the entire limb. So you can see over here that this mark ended up right on her hip. This entire leg is going to produce that 10 times damage. So it means it's very easy to have a headshot, or a shoulder shot, or a chest shot, or anything like that. Basically, you can shoot friggin' the entire body and you're going to be able to spread these marks from enemy to enemy. That is why Banshee is so incredibly strong. It's literally 100 times damage. So, yeah, basically, that's what she's doing, on top of the fact that silence is incredibly good. Damage mitigation tool, we are able to achieve 400 million on a resonance proc. That is the fucking craziest thing ever. That is 7 million. You can see over here, this guy has some procs on his head. 600 million on a Banshee resonance proc. That is why Banshee is one of the strongest in the game. Banshee is some of the easiest damage cap in the game. I'm not modding for damage cap. There's a lot more that I could do to buff this damage, but yeah, she is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly strong. Do let me know if you would be interested in a Banshee video and how I mod and play Banshee. It's just kind of up to what you guys want. I probably would make one in the future. I also kind of did promise myself that I would make more content of kind of what I wanted. I've been taking a lot of recommendations through comments and stuff like that. And you know what? It's not the funnest type thing, and I feel like the entire point of this channel is to do good damage and still have fun, still have comfortable builds. Anyways, I showed you the Stahlta build. I rambled about Banshee. I showed you my primer. I explained why the Stahlta is going to do so much damage. I am going to show you a disruption gameplay. Now, Banshee is not the greatest pick when it comes to disruption because the pulse from the disruptor will clear the marks off the target, so you only have like a little bit of time in order to get that going. However, I'm missing a pet. I need a pet. However, it is still going to be incredibly useful to you if you are, I don't remember what fucking tangent I was on. I'm so tired. I think in this case I will run probably, Doriga would be really good because of status priming. I'm gonna run Doriga. It's going to help me a lot. Doriga is also a great option for survivability in general because they're constantly going to be stunning enemies, which is super duper nice. So you can run Corrosive Cold on your Doriga armor strip and do all this other sorts of stuff. Hiccup. Alright. Ooh, we got the credit farm tile set too. Nice. Alright. Gonna pop that bitch open. Our efficiency is a dummy high on this Banshee build, which I didn't actually show you the build, but I don't think it matters in this context. Just gonna stack some things up here. Because we have our resonance marks, we're going to be able to get quite a bit of damage. That was weird terrain over there. As you can see, having a positive efficiency on top of our little equilibrium mod is going to give us a lot of ability casts, which is very comfy. Just gonna cast that so I can get some passive shields. Our demo is going to be somewhere around here. I don't think silence affects the demos, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. And the demo's dead. Now, that's pretty cool. I don't actually think I got a mark on the head, which is very, very funny. Okay, nice. We have another one over here. What the fuck? What was that? What? New movement tech, I guess? Did I accidentally conclave movement tech? Normally that's with the lunge thing. I have no idea. Maybe I accidentally did the conclave movement tech, I'm not sure. Dead again. Oh, God, the damage is disgusting. I love it so much. This is... We're just Banshee gaming. And look how comfy this is, right? Got no energy problems, got no health problems. These guys are constantly stunned. They're constantly vulnerable to just oodles and oodles of damage. Life is great. This is peaceful. This is... Banshee's a bad Warframe, by the way. Don't play her. Yeah, she's a really, really bad Warframe. Something funny about the Banshee here is if you're playing Disruptions, you can actually knock enemies back, or specifically Demolishers with your first ability, which I just think is really, really cute. Now, these stupid Noxes are going to be very annoying, and you kind of have to aim for their head, which frickin' sucks, but realistically it's not too bad. I do need some Xmas to spawn, though. Because it's the first round, it's going to be very reluctant on spawning Xmas for me, which is really sucky, so it's going to be a little bit hard getting our energy up. Yeah, obviously Equilibrium relies pretty safely on getting Xmas spawns. You can see here now, we just got a ton of cast out of our ability off of that Xmas unit over there. We have 2 keys that are up on the ground over here as well. I'm going to use the charge shot on this guy. Hopefully it's a squishier target, just so we can get a fat damage number. Oh, you know me. Disgusting. And you one-shot a Demolisher just like that. Obviously, this can level cap. I'm not going to argue with anybody in the comments about if this can actually level cap or not. I'm going to tell you right now, it can fucking level cap. This is 100 times multiplicative damage on top of, like, it's whatever. Bob's your uncle. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you guys have a lovely, lovely time. Goodbye. Ooh, actually, one more thing. I had to factory reset. I had to factory reset my PC. So I lost a lot of my settings and stuff like that. So my OBS isn't like quite what it was before. So if the recording quality or the audio is kind of a little messed up, please forgive me. I'm at your mercy when it comes to this. I haven't had the time or the patience really to set everything up. So if the video is a little wonky or not as polished or anything like that, that is exactly why. Because I'm basically trying to every day I'm installing like 3 different programs that I realized I lost in the factory. It's bad. Anyways, goodbye.